That's when your brain is going to start moving. So, hey, my little advice is go work hard, do your best, and have fun while doing it. Because if it's not fun, then it's not worth it. So, cheers.
Money Evening News. Money Evening News. Money Sports News. Money Evening News. Money Evening News.
In your financial indicators today, Tuesday, 25th October 2022, the United States dollar is buying at 15 kwacha 89 ngwe and selling at 16 kwacha 20 ngwe. The Great British Pound is buying at 18 kwacha and selling at 18 kwacha 35 ngwe. The euro is buying at 15 kwacha 69 ngwe and selling at 15 kwacha 99 ngwe. The South African rand is buying at 86 ngwe and selling at 87 ngwe. Those are your financial indicators. The news headlines. I beg your pardon. Ministry of Finance and National Planning says the fiscal environment has been unfavorable. Iteji Member of Parliament calls on stakeholders to help in enhancing marketing strategies for tourism sector in the district.
The potential for the tourism sector in Itesezi has for a long time remained untapped. And this is an issue of great concern because we feel that this is the time to explore.
Tanzania's earnings from maize exports jumped by 234% in the first 8 months of this year. Group C of the 2023 Basketball Africa League reduced to a 4-team contest. Hello and welcome to the Money Evening News on Money FM. I am Best Jerry. We apologize for bringing the Money Evening News late due to technical fault. Ministry of Finance and National Planning says the fiscal environment has been unfavorable in the past few years. Speaking during the 60th ABSA Africa Financial Market Index 2022, Permanent Secretary in charge of Budget, Chikuli Mkuba, says to improve the fiscal environment, government wants to lower the tax burden in the country going forward. Mr. Chikuli states that there will be a more reasonable tax regime in Zambia with fiscal sustainability, which has largely been sustained in 2022. He reveals that government will strengthen tax administration systems going forward. Meanwhile, Mr. Chikuba says that the country's debt is not sustainable as it is in default.
So definitely the debt is not the ratio the actual so that's one thing.
And speaking at the same event, ABSA Chief Executive Officer Mzinga Melu says the overall score for Zambia in ABSA Africa Financial Market Index has improved by 2.1% to 54% in 2022 from 52% in 2021. Ms. Melu explains that the index is clear on how the country is performing, with the biggest improvement coming from macroeconomic environment rising by 4 places.
From last year to this year has been excellent improvement, in particular in the area of macroeconomic indicator. So that's number 5. That's the number 5 pillar. So on that 5th pillar, Zambia has done really, really well. And a number of areas that Zambia has done well when compared to other countries. So we've moved up the rank. So those areas include, for example, the confidence, the investor confidence in the country has greatly improved. So that's one aspect that has really come on very, very strong, that the investor confidence in the country has done really, really well. And because of that, we are also seeing the currency appreciate. So the currency has appreciated. If you remember, the currency was at some point was close to 24. It's now appreciated to the 15, 16 levels, and it has stabilized there, which is a good thing, and that comes through in the index. The other positive thing that has come through.
Chitambo Member of Parliament has handed over 6 CDF projects amounting to 829,873 kwacha to the community. Speaking during the handover ceremony, Remember Mutale says the community needs to work together with the ward development committees, WDCs, councillors, and the local authority for development to continue in the district. Mr. Mtali has assured the residents that more development is coming in all wards following the increment of CDF from 25 million to 28 million kwacha by government in 2023 national budget.
Chinekonga dipantu nwe PF nwe bonani shine sala iyo so mwe bale isala mule ipostera fenshita tule kufana iyo pantu nebo ndi wa mu PF kantwale chipepa kuli ba MP balambera bwangu nabukanina onso alete chipepo lefu obwa afurisho kuli ine kumupela bale ufika ini.
And speaking at the same event, Chitambo Town Council Chairperson Brian Mwelwa has appealed to Chitambo residents to support government's efforts in developing the district. We take a short break. We will be back. Stay tuned.
For business on the go, visit www.moneyfmzambia.com to watch, stream, and download various programs from anywhere in the world.
Iteji Member of Parliament has called on stakeholders to help in enhancing marketing strategies for the tourism sector in the district. Speaking during the first ever regatta Twambo Mutinta states, I beg your pardon. Speaking during the first ever regatta, Twambo Mutinta states that Iteji could be one of the best tourist destinations if tourism potential can be harnessed in the area by deliberate strategies that include a robust marketing of tourism sites. Mr. Twambo states that Iteji district is endowed with a number of attractions which include hot springs, the Kafue National Park, blessed with all types of wildlife, and the Iteji Lake. He says Iteji has never been prioritized by Zambia Tourism Board in marketing its potential. Hence, he is optimistic that the 2023 national budget allocation will look to unlock the tourist industry of Iteji.
NEWS.CAT has for a long time remained untapped. And this is a issue of great concern because we feel that this is the time to explore alternative livelihood, alternative economies for the people. We are calling upon the Zambia National Tourism Board to expedite their tourism promotions, and considering that in this year's budget there is an amount of money for tourism marketing. We strongly feel places like Testes, they should be given priority so that the promotion can be done. We boost both the local and international tourism because you might be aware that Testes is endowed with a lot of natural resources.
Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA, says food balance sheets, FBS statistics, are critical for assessing a country's food security situation and more broadly for assessing the general strength of a country's entire food and agriculture sector. In a statement, COMESA says food balance statistics helps to understand the state of supply and use of each food commodity within a given country, track progress against established development goals, and inform the decision makers. The regional trade bloc explains that this is essential in the derivation of food production self-sufficiency, food imports dependence ratios, and the Food Loss Index (FLI), which is another important sustainable development goal indicator number 12.3, which seeks to have the capital global food waste at a retail and consumer levels. It says in the framework of the implementation of the global strategy for improving agricultural and rural statistics, new guidelines on food balance sheets compilations have been prepared with intention to provide countries with user-friendly handbook that can aid in the construction of country-level food balance sheets for policy analysis. Still to come is international and sports news. Stay tuned.
News. Money International News.
Welcome back. You are still listening to Money Evening News and now international news. Tanzania's earnings from maize exports have jumped by 234% in the first 8 months of this year. The Citizen reports that official data from the Ministry of Agriculture shows that Tanzania earned 325 billion shillings from maize exports from January to August. This is up from 97.55 billion shillings during last year's corresponding period. According to the Citizen, the rise is attributed to a 96% increase in export volumes coupled with a 70.6% increase in the unit price. For more such stories, join us for Africa Business Report at 0845 weekdays. British bank HSBC has recorded pre-tax profits of $6.5 billion in the third quarter of this year amid hiked interest rates. Sky News reports that pre-tax profits at the bank were up from $1 billion United States dollars during the same period last year, as it benefited from increased income from higher interest rates. HSBC Group Chief Executive Noel Quinn says net interest income hit $8.6 billion at the bank during the quarter on the back of rising interest rates. For more of such stories, join us for Global Business Report at 1750 weekdays. This is the Money Evening News at 17:30.
Money Sports News.
In sports news, Group C qualifying series of the 2023 Basketball Africa League has been reduced to a 4-team contest following the withdrawal of Ethiopian club Hawassa City. International Basketball Federation FIBA head of media commissioner Mwembe Kaona says consequently the tournament, which was initially scheduled to run from 25th to 28th October at the Benjamin Mkapa National Indoor Sports Stadium in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, has been moved forward to start this weekend. Kaona says the tournament was originally scheduled to take place in Kampala, Uganda, but following an outbreak of the Ebola virus in the country, Africa's basketball governing body moved the tournament to Dar es Salaam. The tournament will run from 28th to 30th October. According to an updated competition schedule, Zambia's men's basketball champions Matero Magic play Uganda City Oilers in the opening fixture in a group that also involves host side Army Basketball Club ABC and Burundi's Urunani. The top two teams in the round-robin series qualify to the Elite 16 stage, joining already qualified by seeding Ferroviário de Beira of Mozambique and Cape Town Tigers of South Africa. Inter Milan coach Simon Inzaghi says Romelu Lukaku should be available for Inter Milan's Champions League clash with Victoria Plzen, which could seal the Italians' place in the last 16. Supersports reports that Lukaku has been out with a thigh injury for 2 months, but Inzaghi says the Belgian forward should be on the bench at the San Siro, where a win will guarantee Inter's passage to the knockout stages. Lukaku's return is also good news for Belgium coach Roberto Martins, with the Red Devils opening World Cup fixture against Canada just under a month away. As we end the news, we look at the headlines once again. Ministry of Finance and National Planning says the fiscal environment has been unfavorable in the past few years. A Teji member of parliament calls on stakeholders to help in enhancing market strategies for tourism sector in the district.
It has for a long time remained untapped. And this is an issue of great concern because we feel that this is the time to explore.
Tanzania's earnings from maize exports jumped by 234% in the first 8 months of this year. Group C of the 2023 Basketball Africa League reduced to a 4-team contest. For these stories and more, be sure to visit our website on www.moneyfmzambia.com. Follow us on Facebook, Money FM Zambia, on Twitter and Instagram, Money FM Zambia. You can also download our Money FM app from App Store and Google Play Store. And for marketing, contact us on +260 967 865040 or 0211252237. Thank you for listening to Money Evening News. I am Best Jerry. Good evening. This is Money FM.
Money Evening News. Money Evening News. Global Business Report. Get global, go global now on Global Business on Money FM. Your business radio.
Oil rises on weaker dollar and supply concerns. Office for National Statistics data finds lowest cost groceries have become 17% more expensive in the past year. President Joe Biden signs an executive order targeting Nicaragua's gold industry.
Global Business Report. Get global, go global now on Global Business on Money FM, your business radio.
It is 17:58 Central African Time, and a warm welcome to Global Business Report Tuesday edition with me, Best Jerry. Oil prices have risen after falling by more than $1 a barrel earlier in the session, buoyed by a weaker dollar and supply concerns highlighted by Saudi Arabia's energy minister. CNBC reports benchmark Brent crude futures have risen by 40 cents to $93.66 a barrel by 1348 GMT, while US West Texas Intermediate crude futures for December delivery rose by 70 cents to $85.28. The United States dollar index fell during afternoon trade, making dollar-denominated oil less expensive for other currency holders and helping to push prices higher. Wall Street's main indexes have risen for the third straight session, led by the Nasdaq, as a fall in United States Treasury yields lifted mega-cap growth companies, including Microsoft and Alphabet, ahead of their earnings reports later in the day. Reuters reports shares of Microsoft and Google owner Alphabet were up 0.6% and 1.2% respectively, while Apple and Amazon.com also rose ahead of reporting quarterly earnings this week. Earnings from the companies will offer a glimpse into how corporate America is holding up in the face of decades high inflation and tighter financial conditions. The price of low-cost everyday grocery items in United Kingdom has increased 17% in the 12 months to September. Data from the Office of National Statistics, ONS, has shown more than the average rate of food and drink inflation. Sky News reports the futures based on web-scraped supermarket data for 30 everyday grocery items shows the cost of items has already increased 7% in the year up to April. Some items increased by more than the 17% yearly rate. Vegetable oil has increased 65% in price, pasta 60%, and tea 46%. We take a break. We'll be back shortly. Stay tuned.
Global Business Report. Get global, go global now on Global Business on Money FM, your business radio.
Welcome back. President Joe Biden has signed an executive order targeting Nicaragua's gold industry as the United States aims to punish Nicaraguan President Daniel Ortega over a crackdown on dissent and curbs to democratic institutions. Al Jazeera reports the department says in a statement that Biden's executive order gives the United States Treasury Department the authority to target certain persons that operate or have operated in the gold sector of the Nicaraguan economy. It also allows Washington to bar new United States investments in Nicaraguan economic sectors, imports of certain products from the Central American nation, and exports by United States citizens of certain items to Nicaragua, it says, among other potential measures. China's yuan has tumbled to its lowest level in nearly 15 years as investors fled Chinese assets amid fears about Xi Jinping's dramatic move to tighten his grip on power in a major reshuffle of Communist Party leaders. CNN reports on the tightly controlled domestic market, the yuan dropped sharply, hitting the weakest level since late 2007. It was last down 0.6% at around 7.3 per dollar. The currency has lost 15% against the United States dollar this year. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to join us on Wednesday for another Global Business Report. This has been Best Jerry. Stay tuned.
Global Business Report. Get global, go global now on Global Business on Money FM, your business radio.
The reason we fail at things is because of the way we think. Okay, that's the biggest contributor to anybody's failure. It's the way you think, because as you think, so are you. If you think in this manner, you begin to act in that manner. You have to dress for the role you want. People will treat you by the way you look. People will trust you by the way you look. And remember, you're the top representative and spokesperson of your brand. So when people walk into your shop, they have to understand what you're doing.